For millennia, the epic tale of Troy has captivated humanity. For millennia, the epic tale of Troy has captivated humanity, weaving a powerful narrative of gods, heroes, and an impossible love affair. Yet, beneath the shimmering veneer of Homeric poetry lies a chilling whisper of historical reality, a forgotten war born of ambition, not divine decree. What truly transpired on those windswept plains beside the Hellespont, and how much of this ancient conflict echoes in our modern understanding of war? Our quest begins not with ancient scrolls, but with the relentless spade of archaeology, seeking tangible proof of a city once thought entirely mythical. The 19th century excavations led by Heinrich Schliemann at Hisarlik in modern-day Turkey ignited a firestorm of controversy and scholarly debate. Schliemann, driven by Homer's verses, claimed to have unearthed the very walls of Priam's Troy, a monumental discovery that electrified the Western world. His methods, however, were often crude and destructive, carving through layers of history with zeal, sometimes irrevocably damaging precious evidence. Despite these flaws, Schliemann's audacious findings provided the first compelling, albeit imperfect, link between legend and the physical world. Archaeologists soon recognized Hisarlik was not one city, but many superimposed settlements, each a distinct epoch in Anatolia's complex past. 9 major layers, designated Troy 1 through 9, reveal a continuous habitation spanning thousands of years, a profound testament to the site's strategic value. The crucial question then emerged: which of these buried cities, if any, could possibly represent the legendary Troy of the Bronze Age conflict? Scientific investigation meticulously narrowed the candidates, focusing on specific strata exhibiting signs of widespread destruction consistent with an ancient war.
Evidence pointed strongly towards Troy 6, and particularly Troy 7a, revealing the remains of a sprawling, fortified settlement from the late Bronze Age. This formidable citadel, with its impressive cyclopean walls and massive defensive towers, protected a significant population living within and outside its ramparts. Excavations uncovered collapsed buildings, charred timbers, and widespread debris, indicating a sudden violent end to this particular prosperous incarnation of Troy. Skeletal remains found within the city walls bear silent witness to violent deaths, poignant relics of a population caught in the brutal throes of warfare. Arrowheads, sling bullets, and other weaponry fragments were discovered embedded in the destruction layers, painting a vivid picture of a devastating siege. These archaeological findings, painstakingly analyzed over decades, provide a solid empirical foundation for the existence of a substantial conflict at Hisarlik.
Yet, merely proving a city's destruction does not automatically confirm it as the famous Troy, or definitively identify its attackers and motivations. The challenge remained to connect these material facts with the broader geopolitical tapestry of the late Bronze Age Aegean, a truly complex endeavor. What external forces were at play, pushing powerful Bronze Age kingdoms towards such a prolonged and destructive confrontation across the sea? The breakthrough came from an unexpected quarter: thousands of cuneiform tablets unearthed in Hattusa, the ancient capital of the mighty Hittite Empire. These diplomatic archives, meticulously detailing Hittite foreign policy, trade agreements, and military campaigns, offered a startling new perspective on the region. Among these invaluable documents appeared references to a land called Wilusa, located in western Anatolia, frequently allied with or subjugated by the Hittites.
Crucially, Wilusa's geographical description and strategic importance strongly align with the location and features of archaeological Troy at Hisarlik. Furthermore, Hittite texts mention the Ahiyawa, a powerful maritime kingdom or confederation, frequently depicted as rivals and sometimes adversaries of the Hittites. Scholars widely interpret Ahiyawa as the Mycenaean Greeks, providing the first tantalizing external confirmation of a major power player matching Homer's Achaeans. These diplomatic correspondences reveal a complex geopolitical landscape filled with shifting alliances, proxy wars, and direct confrontations between these major powers. The Tawagalawa letter, in particular, discusses disputes involving Wilusa between the Hittite king and the king of Ahiyawa, hinting at regional instability. This confluence of archaeological data with ancient written records transformed the Trojan War from pure myth into a plausible historical event rooted in geopolitical struggle. The notion of a single elopement sparking such a colossal war now appears deeply inadequate, serving rather as a mythological trope for deeper complexities. The true motivations for such a massive undertaking undoubtedly lay in economic power, control over vital trade routes, and regional dominance. Troy's strategic position at the entrance to the Dardanelles Strait, connecting the Aegean Sea to the Black Sea, was immensely significant for commerce. Control of this passage meant dominance over lucrative trade in grains, metals, and other valuable commodities flowing between east and west. Mycenaean kingdoms, powerful maritime entities themselves, would have coveted such control, viewing Troy as either a competitor or a vital gateway. This suggests that the conflict was not merely a romantic escapade, but a calculated assertion of power, a struggle for economic hegemony in the Aegean.
A coalition of Mycenaean states, as depicted in the epic, pooling resources for a prolonged foreign campaign, fits perfectly within this historical context. The wealth and influence of Mycenae, Tiryns, Pylos, and other mainland centers would have made such an expedition entirely feasible, though incredibly costly. Therefore, the historical Trojan War likely represented a concentrated effort by the Mycenaeans to disrupt Trojan influence and secure their own commercial interests. The Homeric narrative portrays a decade-long siege, a singular, massive military operation that might obscure the true nature of late Bronze Age warfare. Historical conflicts in this period were often characterized by raiding, piracy, smaller skirmishes, and protracted campaigns, rather than one continuous encirclement. It is more probable that the Trojan War was not a single, unbroken 10-year siege, but a series of intermittent campaigns, raids, and blockades. Mycenaean forces might have launched multiple expeditions over several years, targeting Troy's trade, resources, and alliances, gradually weakening the city. Each expedition would have involved significant logistical challenges, requiring immense resources to ferry troops, supplies, and siege equipment across the Aegean. The memory of these various incursions could have coalesced over generations into the single, dramatic, continuous narrative we recognize today. This interpretation offers a more realistic portrayal of military capabilities and political endurance in the Late Bronze Age, a period of immense strain. Such a prolonged period of conflict would certainly leave the archaeological signature of destruction and rebuilding observed in the layers of Hisarlik. The endurance of both sides, Mycenaean aggressors and Trojan defenders, speaks to the immense stakes involved and the strategic importance of the site.
Crucially, the Trojan War did not occur in isolation, but within the tumultuous backdrop of the wider Late Bronze Age collapse, a truly global catastrophe. Around 1200 BCE, civilizations across the eastern Mediterranean mysteriously crumbled. Mycenaean palaces burned, Hittite empire dissolved, and Egyptian power waned. This era of widespread societal collapse, often attributed to climate change, internal strife, foreign invaders like the Sea Peoples, and interconnected economic disruption. The conflict at Troy might therefore represent not just a localized struggle, but one of the early tremors or a symptom of this larger systemic breakdown. Perhaps the Mycenaean expedition to Troy was a desperate attempt to secure resources or control trade in an increasingly volatile and uncertain world. The very act of committing so many resources to a foreign war could have inadvertently contributed to the weakening of the Mycenaean heartland. While Troy itself succumbed, the victors too faced imminent decline, suggesting a Pyrrhic victory swallowed by the coming Dark Age. The historical Trojan War thus offers a poignant microcosm of an entire world teetering on the precipice of profound, irreversible societal transformation. It underscores how deeply intertwined the fates of seemingly distant polities were, a complex web of dependence easily shattered by prolonged conflict. What then of the legendary Trojan Horse, the ultimate symbol of cunning deception, a tale that has resonated through countless generations? While a literal wooden horse housing warriors remains a vivid literary device, its historical counterpart might be far more grounded in reality. Some scholars propose the horse was a massive modal siege tower, a formidable piece of ancient engineering designed to breach Troy's formidable walls. Such a device would have been revolutionary for its time, appearing almost miraculous or godlike to the defenders, inspiring tales of divine cunning. Another compelling theory suggests the horse referred to an earthquake, a natural disaster frequent in the region, which could compromise Troy's defenses. Poseidon, Greek god of earthquakes and horses, might explain this mythical connection, where a devastating quake was attributed to divine intervention. This interpretation transforms the narrative from pure fantasy into a vivid, metaphorical retelling of how Troy's mighty walls finally succumbed to either ingenious siegecraft or natural forces. The enduring power of the image speaks to humanity's fascination with cleverness and the devastating impact of unseen, often incomprehensible destructive powers. These reimaginings bridge the chasm between poetic embellishment and the harsh practicalities of ancient warfare or the unpredictable forces of nature. The truth behind the Trojan War is not a simple rejection of mythology, but a reconstruction, revealing a complex tapestry of historical probabilities. It suggests a major Late Bronze Age conflict rooted in economic rivalry and geopolitical ambition, fought between Mycenaean Greeks and the people of Wilusa, Troy. This war, perhaps a series of campaigns, ended in Troy's violent destruction, likely contributing to the greater unraveling of civilizations across the Aegean. The legend, therefore, is not a fabrication, but rather a profoundly powerful cultural memory, a distorted echo of a real, brutal, transformative event. It serves as a haunting reminder of how grand narratives often emerge from the chaotic ashes of human conflict, shaping our perception of history. The ultimate truth lies not in one single fact, but in the persistent human need to transform the harsh realities of war into an enduring, epic tale.